Bong dring drong. I don't know what I'm saying. We got week 31 Team Wars. We have another cow week. One of those weeks where if you don't have the right cards at the right time and they play the cards that are meant to kind of counter that, you might be in trouble. For instance, if they get Kyle the Drow Elf out and you don't have your Fireball or whatever else it might be to do damage to him, you might get in trouble. Now here was a bit of a misplay. I didn't think the Frontier damage was going to get me, but the shield looks like it did apply. But here's a good Fireball, clearing out that backside. Would have been nice if I would have gotten the Fireball on the Shield Maiden there too, but had to get it done before the Drow shield. Not bad here. Zen doing work. I'm gonna get quite a few hits from the Scout and actually probably get 2 extra energy from that maybe. Yeah, he's hit 6 times so far, right? Doing pretty good, getting some extra energies. Cows won you every single game. Yeah, that's usually how it'll go. You get the position and then cows will win. Or Manbear Pig could win it for you. Usually you can defend with him and sometimes push it. I like that. The extra damage from the cows with the Frontier damage. I like it. We didn't heal the Frontier there, unfortunately, so now he's going to get taken out. But the cows max health, basically. And they just wipe through your bar so quickly. And that's another reason this week. Satan is an option this week. Obviously, Fireball for the cows, but depending on the levels, it might not kill the cows. This was totally my fault. This should have been... Kitty, calm down. This match shouldn't have happened, but he said he just did one. He just did one, right? So I didn't see... I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't see the beginning screen. So I didn't catch that he was on Namblu, so definitely my mistake. A little bit of a fun play there, though, but he's got the cows. Hopefully we can slow down that level 7. It's pretty crazy how much damage you can do with that Shield Maiden if she's just riding those guys the whole time. Good Fireball there, I like that. We got pretty good setup here. Frontier. A little bit of a damage booster there. Obviously, we're probably gonna have levels on him here, but he's playing good. He's got the level 7 cows at least, so that's, you know, that's, as long as you have that, you always kind of do have a chance to win, you know. Because if you, like for instance, this week, if you play the cows and your hand is Angel Wendy, Zen Cartman, Freeze Ray, what's the other spell? Can't remember. There's another spell, isn't there? But you just might not have the right cards to deal with the cows. It's not like some weeks where there's excuse me, some weeks where there's, you know, Stan the Great to help with them. There's Rogue Token, there's Nelly, there's 5 or 6 different cards. In this one, it's pretty much just like the Fireball. Manbear Pig does okay, but not really. Scout Ike can light him up, but kind of like pretty much gives him a bar still, because you can't hit all 3 of them quick enough. Here comes the cows, and see, here's what I was talking about, those level 7 cows. You know, I could have no energy right here, and he could be able to take 3 bars with those cows, you know what I mean? Shit can get crazy, so you're never out of the running. Probably just wait and then play the cows. I was thinking here, do I play him on the top? Dang, I knew the Fireball was coming, I was just a little slow. But that's why I didn't play him up top, where he could hit the cows and the Drow. I felt like the Drow being alive was going to be more impactful either way. Nice played. See, he kept saying oops too, which, you know, obviously should have made me realize, but nothing I can do. Nothing we can do. Mistake. It happens. It happens. It was one of my last matches too, so I'm glad I just was able to get it done, but I do feel bad for playing. Once he started saying oops, I was like, oh shit. Oh shit. Is this a teammate? I didn't recognize the name though. Solaris. Is that Solazar? But no, it's different. All right, we have Drow. I actually saw a lot more 6-element Randys than I thought. What was the choice? Was it 6-element versus Som or something? 6-element versus DSR? I'm not sure which one this guy doesn't have. But he's not a bad card. A lot of the times he just gets DSR'd. So all the HP he's putting out there doesn't really do all that much. Maybe, yeah, that's good. But yeah, if you can bait the DSR on something else, and then they can't use the DSR on the cows, you could be in a really good position. But then if they use the cows on the, or if they use the DSR on the cows, then potentially you could use like Man-Bear Pig, and there's not a whole lot. One of the only ways you're gonna stop Man-Bear Pig is either, you know, getting them on Zen or something like that, and then beating them up with scouts. Pretty much the only way, or using the DSR on them, or you know, Man-Bear Pig versus Man-Bear Pig. Like this weird humming happening. It's bugging me. Not the scout. My scout is still in the middle there. Did you see that? My scout was still chilling, which is kind of funny. And then survives new kid, which makes him devastating. Can we win it? Is he not gonna play? Too easy. Too easy. One for the adventure lock real quickly there. All right, now we got Medigen Vaccine. Spastic Tremors, welcome in, by the way. Pretty good start. We can slow play with Shield Maiden or Zen, depending on what he plays. I like to counter the Zen with the Zen. Not bad. You could do Angel Wendy. But then you can't play Shield Maiden, remember that. You don't want to play Kyle and Wendy too close so that it gives them that fireball value, because that can lose you a match right there as well. So you play the Som. Here you're just kind of slow playing. You don't really want to kill the Zen. Like ideally that Zen would be level 7. I'd just be sitting here, but it is what it is. Level 4 dies quickly. Frontier Bradley. Boom. That's tough too, the stand with the extra boost from the Frontier. Pretty good. I don't know why Angel wouldn't have targeted like at least one of the cows right there. I've seen times where she gets pushed back and still heals the person in front of him, so I don't know. All right, we have Gimme Shelter, a name I recognize. Don't know why I recognize that name, but probably means he's got pretty good levels himself. Depends on the team, though, whether he's going to have levels on Team Wars. You never know. Lead with the Zen. We got Scout Ike. Whoa. Whoa. Hit him twice. At level 3, getting absolutely slammed. Could have played Frontier into the Shield Maiden there, but I'm liking this too. See what he plays. He's trying to take down my Drow with the Stan, the level 4 Stan. Ooh, the Drow gets taken down by the mind control of all things. Interesting position here. That Randy is actually going to be able to just keep making robots. Nobody's attacking him. But we take 2 bars with those cows, which is nice. He's got a pretty decent setup here, though. But if we're able to get the man bear pig out, we are in good shape. He might be able to DSR it, but would be the end of the world. If you can get the angel after the DSR, then the heal from that pretty much outpaces the damage usually. Basically makes the DSR worthless. Kind of what's happening here, but no DSR on this one. The Zen completely mitigating the cow value there. Brutal. Brutal. You definitely can't just play the cows and they'll win. What's the most fun character? Most fun? Probably Gizmo. You know, having Gizmo survive a new Kid Blast or something like that is pretty great. And it's like one of the most interactive things you can do. Quad beat this guy last night as well. I'm trying to think. What's fun? Freeze Ray is pretty fun. I like playing Freeze Ray, getting unexpected bars. You know, they think that new kid's gonna handle it, and bam, Freeze Raid. Love having the beast come back to full HP on repeat. Yeah, the angel heal is surprisingly good. Surprisingly good, and that's another way in this game you can, in this deck, you can really get in a bad position because they can just get Value City out of their Angel, out of their Drow, out of their Stan, out of their Shield Maiden. Even Zen can get some really good value by pulling the cows or, you know, just impacting the fight in different ways. Not bad. Not bad. That was fun. That was fun. Now we got KK Sim. All right, Scout on the bottom. I don't mind this. Interesting play here. Should work, though. He's delayed. He's delayed. He gets that out there. Interesting play. We're in trouble now. We're in trouble now, but we decided to just do our cows to counter his. He's only got that level 4 Frontier, though. It's going to really impact how much extra damage he's doing. But we're just trying to slow down these cows. We're unfortunately not able to do it. But will our cows now take down his Drow at least? Yes, we take the Drow down. We got actually a little bit lucky there. New computer. I always just buy pre-mades. I've bought from... What's the one I have right now? NZXT or something like that. I've bought from Starforge before. Starforges are good. What's the other one? Sky Force or something like that. There's like Starforge and Sky Surge or something. I don't know. There's like 2 different ones. They're super similar. The pre-built stuff is just, it's just not worth dealing with that shit. And like, I go through all that trouble and then like something doesn't work, it'd be so fucking frustrating. Not worth the time. I'll pay a little bit extra to have some fucking Chinese kid put it together in Australia for me. All right, we got Matt Pem, Californians. You think you have to show a Californian driver's license to be in that team? You're too broke, so you build it yourself. Yeah, stuff's pretty expensive right now, though, so I'm glad that I built this. Not built it, but I mean, you kind of build it. You know, I picked all the options, but it's good enough for anything that I really needed to. I can't play like the best games out there at the highest quality and stream it, but I can play the games at the highest quality. You know, there's some stuff that, you know, won't play perfectly well, and maybe I'll drop it down a little bit, but for the most part, I can run on Ultra pretty well, and everything runs pretty smoothly. But once you add streaming on top of that, it's pretty tough. So you have to have a really beefy machine, and it's just not quite that. But it's probably not something I'll have to upgrade for a while. We got Sarahi from the Mex clan. Your team not picking DSR? Ooh, what's the... was it DSR versus 6 Element Randy? Was that the option? Yeah, Dragon Slayer is a big one this week. Helps with the cows. Helps with the... Honestly, helps with the 6 Element Randy. Helps with the pushes that could build, you know, behind like a Zen and stuff like that. Helps with the Man Bear Pig. There's so much that it helps with. So much that it helps with. All right, now we have... We play the Cow Stampede on him, but... See, that was a bit of a mistake. If that would have been a higher level stand, we would have actually been in a little bit of trouble there. I really thought we were going to get that shield out, but he got the stand blast out on us, but it didn't really matter. You thought it was DSR or Sam? Okay, that could be true. No, because we have... Don't we have both of them? We have DSR and Sam? Or maybe it depends on what team I'm on, what deck I have. Was it? It was definitely Shield Maiden. You could definitely have Shield Maiden in Sam. So I think it was Shield Maiden and 6 Element Randy, which makes it even wilder that you would ever pick 6 Element Randy. And then it was Man Bear Pig or Satan, and then DSR and Sam. I think that's what it would. Because I definitely saw Stan out there with Shield Maiden. I don't think I saw Stan out there with DSR. But yeah, our main team went DSR and our secondary team went Sam. So interesting. Interesting. But I didn't feel either way that, you know, I guess Sam's there, you know, definitely can help you with the drow, stuff like that. A little bit harder to kill him. But I mean, with the DSR, you also half his health, so he dies easier too, to like the Cow Stampede or maybe a Frontier AoE or something like that. So it's kind of give or take, push and pull to each of those. But like I said, interesting week. One of the few weeks that actually has changed what we pick throughout the months and years as the game progresses. We kind of have adjusted the deck a little bit. Kind of came up, and, you know, we're still not super decided because like you saw, we had a couple different choices on the different teams. So usually all the teams pick all the same stuff, but every once in a while they'll have a couple different differences. But I'll be right, or we're gonna end this part and then we'll be right back. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Haven't been streaming too much lately, but the lady gets her new schedule started next week or the week after, I think maybe. And then we'll be figuring out what schedule we're going to do our stream for that. So throughout August and September and going forward, we'll actually have a schedule that we'll try to stick to. But Mondays will probably stay pretty consistent. We'll be able to throw a couple hours together on a Monday. But we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. And we're going to keep going live with some Starship Troopers. We'll be right back.